This week on Great British Menu, the chefs from the North East have been working hard to impress veteran Tom Aikens. Second-time competitor Minnie Patel is going for glory.
I'm confident about all my 4 dishes. I think there's a 10 there.
Tommy Banks is the youngest British holder of a Michelin star.
It's important that we get the balance right on this dish.
How's the beef looking, Tommy?
And Chris Archer, who prides himself on originality.
Could it be silver or bronze?
Going for gold all the way, mate. Gold all the way.
In the year of the Queen's 90th birthday, the chefs are celebrating the everyday Great Britain's honoured throughout her reign. And competing for a chance to cook at an historic banquet at the famous Palace of Westminster. Yesterday, Minnie impressed veteran Tom with his fish course and was awarded a 9.
It was pretty much faultless.
You sure you're talking about me?
Keeping him within 2 points of first-time competitor and current leader, Tommy.
Your mackerel tartare was a touch under-seasoned.
Fellow newcomer Chris remains in 3rd place, despite a decent score for his fish dish.
Your langoustine bonbon, or très bon.
Today is the main course, but there's been an unexpected turn of events. Overnight, Chris has been taken ill and can no longer continue in the competition.
So just 2 of us this morning. Chris unable to carry on. He's unwell today.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame.
I'm just gutted for him, really.
Yeah, exactly. I think he'll be disappointed himself. He had some great ingredients today as well, and he's done some good cooking with the 2 courses that he has done. But we've got to put that to one side. It's the main courses. I'm gunning for 10s. I need to catch up with you. I'm sure you're going to be gunning for high scores as well.
Just got to focus now. I really want to keep eking points out of Tom Aikens.
Yeah, let the battle commence.
Tom Aikens knows what it takes to win Great British Menu, so he's expecting exceptional contemporary cooking.
Yesterday on the fish course with Minnie and Tommy, I gave them both a 9. Today, I want to see a 10.
Up first is returning chef Minnie. Just 2 points behind current leader Tommy, he's up for a fight.
I've got loads to do today. I might have bitten off a bit more than I can chew, but I just need to get it right, like my fish. I think the plan is attack, attack, attack. Morning, Tom.
Morning. How are you?
I'm very well, you?
I'm good. I guess you've heard the news about Chris.
Yeah.
I'm afraid he's not going to be continuing. So it's going to be a head-to-head between you and Tommy.
Yeah.
Because it's still game on. So tell me the name of your dish.
The name of my dish is the Gallant and Brave.
OK.
The inspiration behind my dish is honouring the servicemen and women and civilians who have put themselves in danger to save others, who have been awarded the Gallantry Medal.
OK, fantastic.
The star of the show is going to be venison.
Looks lovely.
I'm going to be slow cooking it in a water bath and then roasting it.
Right.
But alongside that, I'm going to be making a bun made from venison mince. So I've got some chicken livers here, which I'm going to be putting into the bun as well.
OK.
And I'm going to be wrapping that in a little bit of caul fat to keep it all together.
The dreaded caul fat.
The dreaded caul fat?
Yeah.
Is that not good? OK. I'll try to go skimpy on that. Kids' portions on the caul fat.
Kids' portions, exactly, on the caul fat.
And then I've got some humble parsnips, great with venison.
Yeah, delicious.
I've got some red cabbage. I'm going to be using some pork to cook it down. I'm going to be making a savoury granola.
A savoury granola?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, with a little bit of spice in it as well.
OK. Is that a contemporary part of your dish?
Well, I hope so.
Just a little bit of information for you. When I went through to finals week, I also did a savoury granola with oats. And mine was really, really good. I wish you good luck and continue the high scores, OK?
Thanks so much.
Thank you. So Minnie's dish has one ingredient there, which is caul fat. If it's not cooked properly, it has this really stringy, chewy texture to it. So he needs to make sure that he cooks it well.
Next is Tommy. Currently leading on 17 points, Tommy has consistently impressed veteran Tom, but he has no intention of taking it easy.
The week's gone really well for me. So obviously 8 and a 9 so far. I'd love to get a 10 out of Tom. If it's today or tomorrow, I want to get one out of him.
Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Chef.
How you doing? All right?
Good, yeah.
So it's down to you two. And as I said to Minnie, I still want you two going at it hammers and tongs.
I think we both upped our games yesterday.
You both definitely did, which was nice to see, and I hope it continues today. So, Tommy, what are you making for us?
The name of the dish is Beef at the Cutting Edge. As a nation, we're very famous for roast beef, we're beef eaters.
We absolutely are.
So I thought for the banquet, you know, these guys need honouring, and I think roast beef's what you need to give them on the banquet. This is a Wagyu Angus cross.
Yeah.
So taking Wagyu, which is probably the most revered beef in the world, crossed with one of our great historical breeds as well. I am using the sirloin, and I am kind of roasting it for you, but it's not going to be coming with the normal garnish. I'm going to be using the bone marrow as well. I'm going to roast that inside the bone.
Yeah.
And I'm going to serve that with seed pods from the wild garlic.
And you've done these yourselves, I guess?
Yeah, so I've pickled them back in spring.
OK.
I'm going to use the brine from that to make an emulsion with lovage.
OK.
This will be made into an oil, and that'll make the sauce for the dish. Hen of the woods mushrooms.
OK.
I love these, kind of like quite a beery sort of flavour to them. And that kind of leaves this, a nice primo cabbage, and then I'm going to roast it sort of whole in a big section.
OK.
And then I'll trim it down from there.
Right. I see you've got some flower arranging classes going over here.
Yeah. So there's some nasturtiums that I've brought down with me.
So pretty much every course that you've cooked for me, you've brought something from home.
Yeah.
So yesterday, you both got 9s, still all to play for. I want to see one of you get a 10. With the ingredients you got, the quality of the product, you can both definitely do it. So both of you, cook your hearts out and have fun.
Thanks, Chef.
Tommy's dishes so far have been very subtle. This dish is full of punchy flavours. He's got the lovage, the hen of the wood mushrooms, the pickled garlic seeds, and they need to all work together because they're all going to be fighting against each other if he doesn't control them.
As cooking gets underway, there's only one thing on Tommy and Minnie's minds.
You going for a 10?
Well, obviously, I'd love a 10, but I'm feeling the pressure a bit more because I've got this amazing beef and killed this animal especially for the competition. If I cook it badly, that animal's died in vain, hasn't it? So, feeling that one a little bit here. So, how are you feeling today? Confident about your dish?
Yeah, I'm confident about all my 4 dishes, and I'm sure you are too.
Both Minnie and Tommy are cooking large joints of meat. While Tommy slow cooks his Wagyu Angus in a water bath, Minnie also prepares his venison by sealing it in a vac-pack bag with butter, fresh herbs and juniper berries before also putting into a water bath.
Well, we're both cooking a big hunk of meat, aren't we?
Yeah.
I think that's what it's got to be about for a main course. You want something you get your teeth into.
Yeah, it's got to be a showstopper. That's what I'm going for.
Next, it's onto the venison buns. Minnie combines venison mince with finely chopped shallots and garlic, chicken liver, port and spices, then rolls into balls. But something's niggling Minnie.
Tom's throwing me a little curveball that he's not a fan of cold fat.
I think cold fat's one of those things, isn't it? If you cook it well, you don't know it's there.
Yeah.
But if it's undercooked, it's very chewy. Do you need it?
I don't know, I've never made it without it, that's the point.
Probably don't change now, I'd imagine.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think too.
Minnie wraps the venison mince balls in cabbage and the contentious cool fat. He then braises the venison mince parcels in stock and leaves them to cool, before finally wrapping in puff pastry. They'll be baked just before service.
How's this dish fit into the brief?
I've been inspired by Britons who have gone above and beyond the call of duty and have been honoured by the Queen. You know, in my research, I've met some amazing characters. When they talk to you about what they actually did, it leaves you speechless. If there's one dish I would want at the banquet, it'd be this one. It means so much more.
Is this your one, is it?
Yeah, this is the one.
Minnie's main course honours the gallant and brave, so he visited the Imperial War Museum to meet one of the few people awarded the Queen's highest honour for valour, the Victoria Cross.
Hi, you Mr. Johnson.
Benny, how are you?
Very well, pleased to meet you.
Pleasure.
In 2004, while on duty in Iraq, Lance Sergeant Johnson Bihari suffered life-threatening head injuries after a grenade hit the vehicle he was driving. Somehow, Johnson managed to drive his fellow soldiers to safety before losing consciousness. He needed emergency brain surgery to save his life.
I didn't have no memory. I couldn't speak, I couldn't walk. I didn't know who my family was. And that is the hard part. You know, learning to do it all over again. In 2005, it was announced that I was going to receive the Victoria Cross for my action in Iraq. I didn't know what it was. To me, it was just an award. But today, I know it's the most amazing thing you could ever receive. And if you ever want to be awarded a medal or have some honor after your name, it's the one.
I'm speechless.
Minnie was surprised to discover that for Johnson, the hardest day of his life was the investiture itself.
Did it feel good to receive the Victoria Cross?
It was amazing to receive it, but it was scary. I'm in the British Army. Queen and country. The Queen is my boss, the big boss. Uniform ready, shoes shining, and I had my hair cut, well shaved. Walk down the stateroom, halfway down, turn left, bow, take 2 steps forward. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But it was the most amazing day of my life. She said to me, "You're a very special person. I don't get to do this very often." And then the light bulb came on and I realized, whoa, I'm in front of the Queen. And she pinned the medal on my chest. Amazing conversation. What a day.
Minnie wanted to see what Johnson thought of his culinary tribute to servicemen and women, only to find out he's something of an expert.
Minnie, I love cooking. Most of all, I love baking as well. I made loads of different cakes, bread, yeah, anything in the kitchen. I love the kitchen.
What I've got here is the venison, are a few elements of the dish that I'm planning to do for the main course, which I'd really love for you to try, taste, and tell me what you think.
Oh, that look good. I'll have it. I'll have it all. I'll definitely give you the tick.
Good
So keep walking.
Meeting Johnson today was absolutely amazing. It's given me a bit more confidence in the dish that it is the right one.
Back in the kitchen, Minnie starts another one of his contemporary elements, the savoury granola. And once again, he's having doubts.
Tom throws curveballs at me every time we go talking about any of my dishes. So now it's the battle of the granolas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you should just stop copying all the things he's done in the past, then it wouldn't be a problem, would it?
I know, I should just look for my own inspiration rather than Tom's.
Minnie combines oats with pumpkin, sunflower and sesame seeds. Then mix nuts. He flavours with a spice blend and binds with honey and egg white.
Breakfast time, Minnie. Honey and granola.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a contemporary twist.
Don't usually have curry on me breakfast, though, to be fair.
No, exactly.
It was nice, needs cooking.
Yeah, thanks for that. Cheers, mate. Love you a long time.
Across the kitchen, Tommy is making his lovage oil. He starts by blanching half a kilo of lovage in boiling water.
My starter, the flavours may be a little bit too subtle. This is not subtle.
Is this going to be in your face, is it, Tom?
Yeah. He said he wants things a bit more punchy. This one's going to smack him in the chops, I reckon.
Next, he blends the lovage with grapeseed oil at a low temperature. To finish, he passes the oil through a fine cloth.
It's important to get the balance right on this dish. I hope he likes garlic. I hope he likes lovage, because it's pretty big. If he doesn't like garlic, then I'm getting a low score, right?
Minnie has moved on to his honey-roasted parsnips.
How are we doing?
I'm doing all right.
Just all right? Not
yeah.
amazing?
Well, not yet, because there's so many things that are still cooking. Yeah, that's me.
Minnie has to rescue another component from the oven.
Is this your savoury granola?
Yeah, this is the one.
Smells like a curry.
Quite broad.
Quite nice.
I hope so. It's not cooled down yet.
It's very different to mine. Mine definitely wasn't curried flavoured.
Right.
Minnie has some great components going on the dish. His granola has a lot of intricate spices. He has cardamom, he has star anise, he has sesame seeds, so it definitely packs a more powerful punch than mine.
Current leader Tommy is also contemplating his dish.
Bone marrow's a bit, I don't know, love it or hate it, is it?
It's love, innit?
Yeah. I think so, and hopefully it's suitable for the banquet.
Tommy mixes his chopped bone marrow with fresh herbs and returns to the bone to roast just before service.
So when I've cooked the beef, I'm just going to keep brushing it in the beef fat and just keep it really moist and delicious. Yeah, it could be a bit of a love in this dish, if I pull it off.
Yeah.
Next, it's on to the lovage and garlic emulsion. Tommy adds mustard and wild garlic caper brine to a chicken reduction. He then slowly whisks in the lovage oil to make a thick, creamy emulsion.
Woo.
Then it's back to the beef.
That's your beef, Tommy.
Yep, it's just come out of the water bath. So yeah, I'm going to seal it on here.
Indoor barbecue.
Yeah. If I was cooking in the restaurant, I would cook it in a pan.
Yeah.
But if I'm cooking for a banquet, I think water bathing's a safe option for that.
Absolutely. I mean, generally, I would say the fat on the beef has quite a bit of flavour. Did you intentionally wanted to remove that, or...?
I thought more people might prefer it with less fat, but also I'm saving the bone marrow on the side. Okay. So that's an awful lot of fat as well.
Fair enough. Well, good luck.
Thanks, yeah.
He has a lot of really interesting ingredients there, all very strong flavours, so I hope that they are subtle enough to let the beef stick out as the main component of the dish.
Minnie, out to show Tom his dish is worthy of a 10, is working on yet another component, sticky red cabbage. He braises the cabbage with dried cranberries and grated apple in red wine vinegar, port and red wine. He then flavours with bay leaf and star anise. Once reduced, he'll sweeten with honey and cassis.
See this? Yeah, I pushed myself for this course. Probably more than I should have done. But if it's a 10 that you want, then I'm going to give it everything to try and go it.
First to present his main course, beef at the cutting edge, is Tommy. While he rests his Wagyu Angus beef,
Hot in here.
Tommy caramelizes wedges of primo cabbage in a pan and finishes with butter. He also pan-fries his mushrooms and glazes with chicken stock.
How's the beef looking, Tommy?
First onto the plate is Tommy's Wagyu Angus sirloin, which was reared on his neighbour's farm. Then the pan-fried cabbage hearts and glazed hen of the wood mushrooms. Next, hand-picked nasturtium leaves and flowers, and some wild garlic capers.
What do you think to the beef, Minnie?
Yeah, the beef looks lovely. Spot on.
Tommy dresses the dish with lovage oil and the lovage and garlic dressing.
What you got there, Tommy?
It's just lovage and wild garlic.
Tommy presents the dish with a side of bone marrow served on miniature hay bales.
Okay, Minnie, give us a hand up with these bones. Okay, this is my dish. I've got these Sheffield steel knives as well, so it's beef at the cutting edge.
Bum bum.
Boom, boom.
So you think the beef is cutting edge enough?
I hope so.
Looks like it's a trip up to your part of the world with a little garden on the plate. Minnie, what do you think?
Yeah, it looks great. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, let's go and try it, guys. You enjoy your portion of beef. Use the knives?
Yeah, absolutely. Sheffield steel's such a traditional thing in Yorkshire, so found a guy making modern knives as well.
Fantastic.
It looks stunning. It really is stunning. He's cooked the beef really well.
Wow. Sharp knife for very well nicely cooked beef.
Right, the beef.
Happy with the way it's cooked?
I've got a mouthful of beef, but yeah.
It's super tender. He's cooked it nicely, nice seasoning. It really is stunning. On that note, I'll just have a bit more.
So the roast cabbage. Seasoned enough?
Maybe a grain more salt.
It's cabbage. It's tender, but it's retained its texture, so he's cooked it extremely well, because he's got the best of both worlds out of it.
The bone marrow? Do you think they add something to the dish?
It's not something that people generally eat all the time, but I think it's absolutely delicious.
I love bone marrow. I think most chefs do. So actually, that, to some people might be like, well, that's a lot. For me, that's like, yeah, perfect. Bring it on. Keep giving it to me.
The emulsion. The right amount of garlic for you?
I think when you're using some of that wild garlic, you have to have it there. I don't think it's overbearing. You've got a big piece of protein there to go with it. I think it's right.
If I was being uber critical,
I'd say the portion of beef is a bit too small. Yeah, I want more.
What would you score your dish?
It's been quite good so far this week. I wouldn't like to. I don't want to drop below the 8 I got from the start. I want to keep it up there.
There's only one score really for this dish, and that's a 10.
You know, I've been wanting to give a 10.
I want you to give a 10 as well. I'm just not going to be the guy who's asking for 10s.
In the kitchen, Minnie is putting the finishing touches to the Gallant and Brave, his ambitious dish comprising 9 complex elements.
How's it going, Chef?
All right. Yeah. Well done on that dish. That was absolutely stunning. It was a definite 10 from me, definite 10.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. I'm happy with it, but I hate this bit. Like, love doing the cooking, but I hate doing the waiting. Yeah.
Minnie finishes his rack of venison in a pan with butter, garlic and fresh thyme.
That's a lot of butter, that, Minnie.
Yeah, it's a big bit of venison, though, to be fair.
Now you're talking my language.
While Minnie rests his meat, he roasts rings of parsnip in a pan.
Minnie, I've got high hopes for this dish.
Next, Minnie brushes his venison in Dijon mustard and rolls in a pistachio crumb. Minnie will be serving his dish on specially commissioned plates.
They look awesome, mate.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
The Queen's Gallantry Medal.
They look stunning. Proud as punch.
First onto the plate, parsnip puree, a roll of pickled chicory, and his sticky braised red cabbage.
You do the pass, Minnie.
Oui.
Next, Minnie adds the rack of venison, before adding rounds of honey-roasted parsnip and a venison bun.
Venison bun, Minnie, it looks nice and golden.
And it should pack a real good gamey flavour, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they look very tasty.
Minnie finishes with blanched kale, a rich red wine sauce, and some of his spiced, savoury granola. He presents his dish in Queen's Gallantry medal boxes.
So, name of the dish?
The Gallant and Brave.
You think you're brave enough?
I hope so.
And you happy with everything on the plate?
If I'm going to pick absolute faults, I know a lot of people like the venison rare, but me, a little bit more than that.
Tommy, what do you think?
It's stunning. Stunning plate. I love the presentation. Really colourful dish. I can't wait to eat it.
Scared?
Yeah, I am.
Let's go and try it.
Okay.
You said you weren't overly happy with the way the venison was cooked.
For me, I would have just left it in the pan for another minute or rested it for an extra 5.
It looks absolutely stunning. And the venison's absolutely delicious, really tender, great flavour. The pistachio crumb really works as well. I think maybe it could have rested slightly longer, but now I'm eating it. I think it's all right.
You've got 2 components of parsnip on your dish.
Yeah.
Do you think you need both of them?
Yeah, I think so. I think the puree is a great second sauce. The honey roast parsnips with the loin, I'm happy that I put both on, is what I'm trying to say.
Parsnip puree perhaps doesn't have as much flavour as the roasted parsnip. It's got a really good texture, and I think it's nice to have that sort of creamy element to the dish.
So the venison bun, there was very little coal, which I was happy to see. Is the pastry cooked enough, Minnie?
No. I think the base is too thick. It's left it a little bit soggy, to be honest, on the bottom.
The bun, I think that's absolutely delicious. Really rich, deep in flavour. The pastry's delicious. It's crispy but soft underneath. I think he's really nailed it on. And the pig caul, not a problem for me. It's totally cooked out.
And the granola, have you got the right amount of spice?
It's for a banquet. Do you want to give everyone a curry? No, do you know what I mean? I don't. That's not my intention. But it is to put my personality and my heritage into that dish, and I think I've done that.
So I really like the granola. It is spicy, but I think that sounds up very well to the meat. There's a lot of meat there.
What would you mark your dish?
An 8. They're small things, but they make a difference.
Well done. That was quality. I really enjoyed that. It was
Did
great.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got me worried with that dish. I think it fits the brief really well. I think the presentation's beautiful. You're going to get a high score for that.
The pastry, at the bottom, there's an extra fold that I thought I'd cut out that I hadn't.
Yeah, they had a little bit of soggy. I like that. Tom Aikens might like a soggy bottom.
Rouge!
So, chefs, how did it feel with just the two of you in the kitchen? A little strange?
A little at the beginning, but there was so much to do.
There's a lot to do, yeah, there's more space.
So no excuses. So, Tommy, gonna start with you and your beef at the cutting edge. When I saw that you were using Wagyu beef, I had really high expectations for this dish. The beef was very nice indeed. Cut like butter.
Thanks, Tom.
There were some really good, strong flavors there. From the hen of the wood mushrooms, the pickled garlic seeds, they all really worked well together. So well done. The lovage emulsion packed a punch, and it really complemented the beef. Your homegrown nasturtiums gave it a really nice peppery touch. However, the cabbage that you beautifully pan-fried did not have enough seasoning on it. It was too subtle in flavor. Minnie, your dish, the gallant and brave. I love the story, and it really hit the brief. The venison had a really good flavor. The red cabbage, I would have said, give me some more. It was that good. I love the granola. I like the delicate spice that you put into it, and I have to say, it was definitely as good as mine. Parsnips, lovely puree. I like the addition of the roast parsnip. But, big error, Minnie. I know you said the venison loin wasn't cooked to perfection, and what you should have done is let it rest while you dressed the rest of the dish. And having that extra 2 minutes could have then made the venison perfect. The venison bun, the pastry was undercooked, and for me, the meat inside was just a touch too dry. So to the scores. Minnie, I'm going to give you a score of 7. Tommy, I'm giving you a score of 9. Excellent cooking, almost a 10.
Yeah, I know.
So, we know there's only 2 of you. You've got the dessert to go, and I want you pushing right to the end, and I still want a 10. You both are very capable of doing it. I want to see it.
Well done.
Video.
With only one course to go, Tommy is still in the lead, with Minnie 4 points behind.
Stupid things like that tiny bit of seasoning on that cabbage. You know, a 9's a good score, but I just felt like I was going to get a 10, and it's just annoying when it's such a small little thing.
Oi. 7. A 7 from Tom for the main course, I think was a fair score. I really like my venison dish. Sadly, a few elements let me down, but I'm going to get them right for the judges.